We hear rather a lot about the lives of great men, but not very much about the wives of great men. The great radio men, I mean. And so Elsie has especially dedicated this little poem, which she has written to two of these charming ladies, namely Mrs. Flotsam and Mrs. Jetsam.
Hello, Mrs. Flotsam, have you seen Mr. Jetsam?
Flot's taken him to broadcast before he forgets him.
Jetson's all alone.
Flot ain't down a bitsome.
They're late, Mrs. Flotsam.
Very late, Mrs. Jetsam.
Where is my Jetsam?
Oh, where is my Flotsam?
Writing new songs.
No, they can't be, they've got some.
They're friends at the BBC, so probably they've met some.
Oh, I miss my Flotsam.
And I Mrs. Jetsam. Where can they have got to? Flotsam and Jetsam. Do you think they've taken out Maud Marie? Who's this girl they rave about, Maud Marie? Last night Jet's voice so deep made my epidermis creep when he murmured in his sleep, Maud Marie. She's a girl men can't forget, Maud Marie. Who is she? Have you met Maud Marie?
She's a friend of Betty Bouncer who loved that announcer down at the BBC. Must it be always so? Tell me, where do they go? Ho, 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 ho.
Perhaps they're writing songs, dear. They must be writing songs, dear. They write all British songs, dear, and scorn the foreign joke.
Yes, Flotsam writes with fevered brow, while Jet sings me Rado.
But they've left a note to say they wanted a breath of air, and so they've gone along to Buckingham Palace. For there they see the changing of the guard. They're there, I swear, within the palace yard. For when they know the king's in town, they throw their pens and paper down and rush to see the changing of the guard. See, here they come, you're right, Flot and Jetsam, I tell you, say, my lads, it won't be long before you write a spanking song about, no doubt, the changing of the guard. So, good luck, Mrs. Flotsam.
Same to you, Mrs. Jetsam. And here's to we women who love some and pet some. Maud Marie is a vamp,
and Miss Bouncer besets some.
but they still ours sincerely, Flotsam and Jetsam.
Ours very sincerely, Flotsam and J-E-T.
So I say,
Oh, Flotsam and Jetsam.
Now we want to introduce you to the wife of another famous radio man, Mrs. Henry Hall. We want you to imagine Mrs. Henry Hall one morning very, very early. Oh dear, oh that tune, what memories it brings back. I've been dreaming, oh my darling, dreaming of the days gone by, dreaming of the land of haggis, Scotch and coming through the rye. How we loved those days, my darling, before you left your work of old, to come to Charing Cross Road, London, where the palms are paved with gold. Hearing you midst Highland beauty, the BBC called not in vain, so you left your Scottish duty to relieve them of their pain. Hark! I hear a rooster crowing, crowing louder than your snore. In the east the light is growing, back you go to work once more. To the BBC, my treasure, always at their call and beck. Who said, dear, that work's a pleasure? I would love to wring his neck. For I never see you, dear, from morning dawn till midnight chime, playing and rehearsing always. Buddy, can you spare the time? How those boys in your orchestra play, that eager, happy band, British tunes, dear, by the million, what the human frame can stand. Who is it who leads them onward? Who is it who'll never shrink from the crooner or the critic? Who is it?
why do you think? His name is Henry,
and it's a shame, you know, that he's the one they shove on any time of night or day. The best of men, he will dust the saxophone, the fiddles, drums without a moan, and get his boys to play. He brought back tune and melody, and oh, we are so grateful. We've intimately lived with pain. Of trees we've had a plateful. His name is Henry, and everywhere we go he says, "Excuse me, I must go, I must get back to play." Then he rings up the flute and he rings up the fiddle, rings up the trumpet who'd like to earn a quid, rings up the xylophone, and when he's got them all, it's the BBC Dance Orchestra directed by Henry Hall. Before they commence, he is careful to suggest to them the people are listening from Portsmouth up to Perth. He says they are critical, we'll do our very best for them, for they pay out £10 a year and want their money's worth. Then the engineers get busy on the music atmospherical. Henry speaks in a manner slightly clerical. Good day to you listeners, one and all. It's the BBC Dance Orchestra directed by Henry Hall. He plays in the best time. How I love to hear him. I know when it's finished once more I'll be near him. This is his missus singing in rhyme. Thank heaven that's over. Until next time.